So here we are, halfway through number 68 on worksheet 4. U substitution. And then this weird extra U substitution to fix that x that's out there. Increase the power by 1. Divide by the new power. And none of my answer choices look exactly like that. So...
But I'm pretty confident it's not A or B.
But I'm pretty sure it's not A, because that should be 3/2 to be in the ballpark, not 2/3. So I don't think that's right.
B has the wrong thingy, the wrong fraction out.
B has an x squared and a 1/3, so that looks suspicious. So C or D, because they factored out something. Let's see. Do we want to substitute? I think we plug the x minus 1 back in there. I'm going to drop the plus C because all my answer choices have it, so I'm not really worried about that anymore. So I'm pretty sure B is out as well. So C and D.
Well, C doesn't have the plus for...
Well, here's what they did. This is the tricky part. This is an algebra from here on, like we've done with calculus. We can factor out, like everybody knows how to factor out, well, I shouldn't say everybody. But what would you factor out of x to the 4th plus 3x squared?
X squared.
X squared. You took out, as much as you could. So looking back at this one, what could you factor out of that?
2x minus 1.
All right, and take out the 2. How many x minus 1s can I take out?
3/2.
3/2. Let's see what that leaves us. 1/5 x minus 1. Plus 2/3. Let's see, so does that get me closer to one of these?
Definitely.
Sort of, but they both have 2/15 and they both have 3x plus 2 or 3x minus 2. They both have a 15, so let's figure out how to take a 15 out of the bottom. So 2/15, x minus 1 to the 3/2. So I need that to have, let's see.
You forgot to leave, oh wait, no, it's to the 1 because...
I think I want a 3 in the top.
Yeah.
That way the 3/15 would make 1/5.
Yeah.
And on this one, wait, we took the 2 already. I don't have the 2 anymore. But I need something in the top to make it reduce. Let's see.
To make it 15 on the bottom?
To make it 15 on the bottom.
Why? Or
So I need a 5 in the top?
yeah.
Because 5/15 would be 1/3.
Yeah.
So 3x minus 1 plus 5. Whoops. 3x minus 3 plus 5 if I distribute.
Makes it plus 2, the plus 2 option.
So the plus 2 option. Yeah, that's a hard one because the calculus isn't awful, although the calculus has a trick to it, and then the algebra is bad. So that's a combination of yucky calculus and yucky algebra.
The next one's...
The next one?
Yeah. It's because it has to have a 1 over x at some point because it has ln.
Okay, they all have a natural log. So yeah, you definitely know to use the answer choices to kind of help guide you. Like they've all got natural log in them, so
U has to equal x plus 2.
1 over x plus 2 is showing up somewhere.
So U equals 1 plus 2?
I don't want to let U be x plus 2 because that would not work with the top. There's a rule that goes with this one. No one has said it yet.
The division.
When do you have to divide?
When the top's bigger than the bottom?
Yep. If the top is equal to or bigger than the bottom, then you have to long divide or synthetic divide. I'm okay with synthetic as long as you remember how to do it. So 1, 0, 0, negative 1. All right, if I'm synthetic dividing, what number goes out front? Negative 2. Yeah, you can long divide. You'll end up at the same spot. Copy down the 1, multiply, add. multiply, add, multiply, add. So that means our answers are, we started with an x cubed divided by an x. So we've got x squared minus 2x plus 4. And then what do we do with that minus 9? That's our remainder, but I don't...
9 over x plus 2?
Yes. And that was all algebra. We have not done calculus yet. We just rewrote the integrand, fancy word for what we're taking the integral of, as the quotient. Like we divided, and so we get to write it a little differently. So let's see, that would be x cubed over 3 minus x squared. Did I do something wrong here? Because why is this not an answer choice?
Because I think you still have to use that.
I don't think I have to use up.
Well, what are you going to do with the
X
division
cubed.
of 9 over x plus 2?
That'll be natural log of x plus 2. I
It's
think
A, look at A.
it's A, but it's missing this term. I think it's A because that's the closest. So somebody messed this one up. It's got to be A, as long as you include the plus 4x.
Oh, the next one's nice.
Yep. Thoughts on number 70?
Ick.
This one, I think, is easier than the previous couple.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you figure out what u is.
Equals 2t squared over 1.
Let it be 2t squared minus 1. Then du is 4t.
You can pop the 1/4 out front.
And you can put a 4 on there to make that work, and a 1/4 out front. It's been a while since we did this. So 1/4 integral of du over u to the 1/2. So I'm going to rewrite that because I don't like that u to the 1/2 in the bottom. U to the negative 1/2 du.
Because then you can just go along your merry way.
So now I'm just going to increase the power by 1, divide by the new power. That's u to the 1/2. Divided by a half would put a 2 out front. And then there's still a negative 1/4 out there.
Negative 1/4.
Whoops, sorry. Positive 1/4.
Don't give me that heart attack.
So I start looking at my answer choices, and natural log is not, I mean, you can see where people would make that mistake, but that's not a natural log problem.
And the thingy has to be 1/2 out front because it's 2.
And the 2/4 is the 1/2,
So it has to be D.
so it's D.
The next one's similar.
Next one is similar. What do you want u to be?
1 plus 4x squared.
I'm just going to rewrite that. So to find the derivative, or find the antiderivative,
Integrate.
integrate. So you try number 71, and then we'll check in together and see. Because if I let u be 1 plus 4x squared, du is 8x, that doesn't work. All right, I can't stick an 8x on there and then a 1 over 8x out front. So I think the natural log stuff is out. Oh, there's somebody who tried to put the 8x up top and the 8x out front. But you can't do that. That's not legal. You can do it with numbers, not with letters.
Oh.
So I'm down to inverse tangent. Let's see, that was du over a squared plus u squared is 1 over a arctan of u over a.
Which one's a squared again?
All the a's means there's lots of a's in the answer. Well, u is the thing that has x in it.
Yeah.
So a squared is 1. So a equals 1. U squared is 4x squared. So that means U is 2x.
Oh.
Right, because U squared is 4x squared. So that means U is 2x. And that means du is 2.
1/2 out front.
So I need a 2 and a 1/2. So 1/2 antiderivative of du over, and now I've just about got it. A squared plus u squared. So 1/2. A was 1, so that didn't really do anything. Arctan of u over a. 2x over 1. So 1/2 inverse tangent of 2x.
Let's see.
So C. And wow, A was really close. A would be for the people who forgot to do du. Yeah. 73. Just kind of go in order today. See how far we get.
It's hurting my head. Because do you have to divide because it's the same?
But it's an easy division because I'm just going to split it up like this.
Okay.
Right? It already has just one denominator, so I'm allowed to do that.
And then you can make it 2 to the negative 1x.
2x to negative
Yeah.
1. We don't want to do that.
I don't know that I'd want to do that. Yeah, the 2x to the negative 1. That's not wrong.
That's stupid.
But 1 over 2x, that's going to be a natural log of somebody.
Oh, yeah.
So
And there's only one without a natural log, so.
throw out that one.
Is that where you make u?
Let's see if we can narrow it down without doing the u thing. Although I think we're going to have to.
I think we can throw out c because that's 1x.
Yeah, but there's always these crazy log rules that you better be careful
You can throw
about.
out a because the 1 has to become an x in the integral.
Yeah. If you forget to integrate the 1 and just leave it as 1, you'd get a.
Okay, yeah.
So that's probably not right. So x plus, let's see, I think we will have to do u substitution, probably the safest. So u is 2x, du is 2,
Pop a 1/2 out front.
so 2 dx and a 1/2 out front, so 1/2 natural log
2x?
of 2x.
Wait a second.
Yeah, because it would be natural log of u and u is 2x.
Yeah.
So it's d.
Where's the 1?
Where's the 1/2 for d?
Because you could take the 2 out of the...
This is
2.
cruel. So we're down to C and D. The property of natural logs.
No clue.
I could split that up.
Oh.
Just put what?
So it becomes c?
So it becomes C.
Wait.
And maybe what I should have done from the get-go
Let's split it up.
was put it like 1/2 integral of 1 over x dx. That would have been a better way to go. Because then that would have been more easily seen as answer choice C. So we went the long way around on that one.
Yeah. Maybe my 2 of x to the negative 1 would have worked. What's 74? Because it's scaring me.
It should be scaring you. That's going to separate that's a 4 to a 5 problem there.
A 4 to a 5.
Right, like that's going to separate who gets the 4s and who gets the 5s.
Oh.
How I remember this one, again, I look at my answer choices,
There's a 6 and a 5 everywhere.
6s and 5s, but more than that, my answer choices all have x plus 2 and x minus 3 in them.
Yeah.
So that leads me to think, well, maybe I should have factored this thing.
Yeah. Because I saw the x squared and minus x, and I was like, let's just factor that. Because there's one on top, and then there's one on
And
bottom.
then that makes me think, well, you know what? We learned this in pre-cal.
Oh no. How do you do A and B? Is this law of cosines?
No, this is what's the name of it? I don't even remember the name of it. Doesn't matter the name of it. It matters if you can remember how to do it. Decomposition of fractions. That's what it's called. Breaking up one fraction into two fractions, because these two fractions are going to have easy antiderivatives. Those are going to be natural logs.
How do you split it up correctly?
So I'm looking at, I can't rule anything out yet, because this is properties of logs to get there. So I multiply everybody by x plus 2, x minus 3. I know we did this in pre-cal because we did it this year. I don't know if we practiced it in calculus. So x minus 28 equals a times x minus 3 plus b times x plus 2. You might remember what we do next? We're trying to figure out what a and b are.
Like, figure out like A and then plug in.
Yeah, but how do I figure out what a is? I want to let x be something, and that will help me.
2. I don't know.
Well, I want to let x be something that will wipe something out.
-2?
Yeah, let's make it -2 or 3, either one, and that'll wipe something out.
This is starting to come back to me.
So let's do x equals 3. That'll wipe out the a stuff. So -25, a times 0, plus b times 5. So b equals -5. And that sort of fits because I see some 5s up in my answer choices, so I feel good about.
Throw out the ones that are not -5, right?
I don't know that we should throw anything out yet. Let's keep going. If x equals -2, then -30 equals a times -5, b times 0. So a is 6. So 6 over x plus 2 plus -5 over x minus 3. And that's what we're integrating. All of that, we haven't done any calculus yet. That's all algebra, algebra, algebra.
Yay.
So, if we make it this far, that's 6 natural log x plus 2 minus 5 natural log x minus 3.
That means 5x minus 3 is on the bottom.
And that does mean that 5 is on the bottom, but let's check and see. But isn't B a better answer choice?
Yeah, that's better. Because the 5 would have to be in the...
Yeah, the 5 would have to be somewhere else. So
it got the stamp.
that 5's not in the wrong, it's not in the right spot. So it's got to be B. If you'd pick A if you confused who A and B went with. Yeah, that's a tricky one because that was algebra, mostly an algebra problem. 75. Again, this is where the multiple choice part helps a lot. Because when you first look at that, you're like, oh, I don't know.
Crap?
But then you look at your answer choices and you're like, oh yeah, inverse sine looks something like that. Although natural log might look something like that. So
I just tried to do opposite u substitution where I make x equal u.
let's do u equals 4 minus 9u squared. And I think that's going to work because then du shows up. Whoops. Oh. This is... I want to do u substitution, but they use u. So I need to do
use x.
You can use x. x substitution. So x equals 4 minus 9u squared. So dx equals negative 18u du.
Put a negative 1/18 out front.
So I need a negative 18 and a negative 1/18. And that would be x now to the negative 1/2 dx. Well, if I make it that far, I think there's only one answer choice that would even come close to matching that.
B? No, D.
It's got to be D. It's got to be
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
Because
The 2.
this would be x to the 1/2 with the 2.
Dividing by 1/2 is 2.
The 18th would fix the 1/9. So yeah, that one's D.
What the crap is the next one? It's scaring me.
I don't like the next one, but let's see. I don't mind 76 because if I let u be sine, du is cosine, and if I let u be cosine, du is sine.
Negative signs.
So I got to pick which one I want to do.
U be sine.
U is sine.
I think that's the easier way to go because then du is just cosine, and I don't have to worry about negative stuff. So the antiderivative would be u squared over 2.
So sine squared.
So 1/2
Where's the negative?
sine squared.
Where'd the negative come from?
Okay, so this one has a negative, so that's not right.
Do we screw something up?
That one's
Closer.
closer, maybe.
But I don't think it can be D because that's 2 theta.
Well, what's the sine of 2 theta equal to? Oh, I don't like this.
I don't like it.
2 negative.
Let's see. Sine squared plus cosine squared is 1. So if I replace the sine squared
With cosine squared.
with 1 minus cosine squared, I would get negative. So this,
Isn't correct either.
that one's not right. Which means I now get to use one of my trig identities.
Yay. Sine over cosine is tangent.
Sine of 2 theta is 2 sine x, or 2 sine cosine. I don't think that helps. Cosine of 2 theta is
Sine 2.
cosine squared minus sine squared. But I don't, there's no way you guys remember those.
No. That's one where I would have just been like, that one's wrong, that one's wrong. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, I think it's B.
Yeah, because there's a negative somewhere in
But yeah, that one's
I'd have to
brutal.
pattern recognition that one.
Let's do 77 and then we'll be done. What do you-
4 and 5 problem?
Definitely. Yeah, that's a calculus is easy, but trig is hard problem. What do you want to let u be for 77?
Square root of x?
I'm going to write it as x to the 1/2. du is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. So you end up with sine of u du, because this, if I put a 2 down there and a 2 out there, so there's that one. That one's a little bit better than the last one.
Also, you might want to make sure whoever's idea that is gets it. Because the men are like weak.
All right, so we did a bunch. I left some of them for you to do. We'll go over some of them tomorrow if we need to.